Hey, Luke.
Hey Benji, how we doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please. Hey, Luke. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
How are
So,
you at
we don't have a lot of time here, but
Contemporary?
what's that?
Oh, I was saying, how are you at Disney's Contemporary from the looks of it?
I'm sorry. What was that, Luke? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Why don't you go ahead and take it, Luke?
Yeah, for sure. So,
Luke, go talk.
for those of
What do you
you
think of what happened?
I'm suitably impressed. It was better stuff than I expected, especially compared to what we got at last year's D23 Expo. There was a lot of pontificating and a lot of, hey, maybe we'll be doing this, maybe we'll be doing that. But we got some good announcements this year. I don't know if you have anything ready to bring up on the screen, Benji, but there were a lot of fun announcements. They started off um, with some small stuff, like Ahsoka Tano coming to Star Tours next year at Disneyland, Disney World, and Disneyland Paris. No details on that or anything, just, hey, we're doing this. One of the most exciting and when I first heard about it, one of the most kind of scary things to me was the Country Bears because I'm a big fan of the Country Bears, but they're going to be updating the show with all new. It sounds like completely Disney music, including the Bare Necessities is one of the items. So the characters you know and love them are going to be sticking around, but they're going to be performing some new tunes, which have been created through the help of some singers from Nashville. So that's gonna be cool. They came out with a poster for it as well. Kind of maybe gonna be renamed Country Bear Musical Jamboree. Who knows? That's what it says on the poster, but they didn't give a specific name on that. What else we got? We got opening dates for a lot of things. So,
Hey, so Luke, I have
Journey of
I have a question.
yeah, yeah. What's your question, Benji?
I just wanted to say, like, out of everything that they announced, what was your biggest surprise? What were you not expecting?
Test Track was off my radar completely. I didn't expect Test Track 3.0. Um, I think the Animal Kingdom stuff we were kind of expecting something along those lines. Um, but yeah,
And what was your least favorite thing they talked about? Like, what was your least favorite part of the whole presentation?
um, probably the idea that they doubled down on the here's what we might do kind of aspect of looking at things, because they even brought up some of the criticism that they got from that last year at D23, and they're like, well, let's do that again. So to be fair, they did give us a little bit more details in regards to like the Animal Kingdom thing, and the Dino Land will be reimagined into a tropical America area, but at the same time, they're like, it might have Encanto, it might have Indiana Jones, and they didn't really stick to it one way or another. How about you?
And I guess yeah, it's. I was kind of surprised they decided to do the whole double down thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, I felt like the response was a bit tepid last time, but
Mm-hmm.
um, and we already knew new Star Tours was coming, so I guess that wasn't a big surprise. An Asha meet and greet, also not the biggest shock in the world. We knew about Hatbox Ghost, but that was a nice sort of storytelling moment. Um, Country Bears, that I'm nervous about, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm definitely nervous about
you know,
it, but I think I would rather have this than not have the Country Bears at all. And if that was the choice, then
right.
okay.
And I don't know if you noticed, but they renamed Liver Lips.
Oh, I did notice that. Romeo McGraw. Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
And I
Okay,
don't
I can.
know, Ernest the Dude is new
Yeah,
to me too.
I think that's always been his name. I do find it
Okay.
interesting that Wendell and Teddy Barra are paired together because they are not in the current show. So
Mhm.
that'll be interesting to see if they have like a duet or something.
Um, the Return of the Barker Bird's fun, but such is life. I think what kind of surprised me is that um, they seem to be doing a big change to what they initially teased as a reveal. Like, Zootopia was going to take Dino Land kind of theoretically, and Kanto was going to go to Magic Kingdom. They didn't give us a lot of details about Magic Kingdom, but it sounds like Zootopia is now moving to Tree of Life, and obviously a much scaled down version. But then,
Yeah,
sort of a South American thing. And I was curious to know if that area is going to have animal presence, right?
yeah, and I mean, I feel like they could probably work it in some way because I mean, like, there's a lot of tropical birds in Encanto, so maybe there'll be some bird enclosures or things like that. And I mean, they have an alligator or a few alligators in Dino Land currently, and I don't know. I mean, if you work in tropical Americas to include Florida, then maybe.
So, Zootopia coming to Tree of Life, I think, is maybe a bit of a disappointment, just in that, I think we're kind of expecting something on the scale of Shanghai, which doesn't seem in the
You
short
know,
term.
this whole time up until right this second, I thought they meant a Zootopia show projected on the Tree of Life. I did not realize that it meant replacing Tough to Be a Bug.
Yes. So,
Okay, that has me a little bit more excited than just a projection show. I feel like this
yeah.
could be interesting.
Yeah, and they said there's going to be a Clawhauser AA in the thing. I guess, effectively
Okay,
replacing Hopper.
it'll be simple-ish to replicate from Shanghai.
Um, so, we talked about, they teased the Encanto and Indiana Jones coming to Dino Land, a new tropical land, and then Figment debuting tomorrow at the Imagination Pavilion at the Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
So,
Figment looks cool.
yeah.
I don't think he looks as terrifying as he did before, but he's still very tall.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see. But I can't wait to get a photo with him. That'll be fun.
Not a lot about Disneyland, right? I mean, we are at Walt
No,
Disney World, so.
yeah, I'm surprised there was not even really a mention of anything coming,
And then
other
the
than
other,
things that also apply to Disney World.
and we have a very short window here because we have to get back to covering what's going on. But we did get news that the D23 Expo that branding is no longer used. It's now going to be called D23, the Ultimate Fan Event, which just makes everyone has always called it D23. And they would always try and get you to call it the D23 Expo, but no one ever did. They always just called it D23. So I think
Yeah.
instead of trying to fight it, they're letting it live. I will say, pro tip, you can now already book your hotel rooms, so get them while you can. I know we still have a bit of way to go until tickets go on sale. They're going to go on sale in the spring, but 3 days of Expo on the show floor of the Anaheim Convention Center. They'll still have the presentation, the sort of smaller presentations. And then at night, they'll go to Honda Center, which is going to accommodate so many more people. So you'll be able to fully, I think that sort of staying up all night kind of thing will be gone.
So the thing I'm thinking about that is it might cause another trouble, and that's getting to the Honda Center.
And
I think that's going to be an interesting challenge.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I wonder what kind of time they're going to give you. Obviously, the Honda Center does accommodate a lot of people. If a lot of people drive, I think you're okay. But if the people are coming in out of town, there's going to need to be a lot of shuttles. So
Yeah,
because it's not really walking
and
distance. I mean, I guess
I would think most people will probably be at the convention center, and then probably are going to want to take a shuttle to the Honda Center rather than getting in the car and paying for parking once again, unless it's included. Who knows how that'll work?
yeah, I think yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think there's still a lot of logistics to work out. Now, August 8th, they're going to do a special takeover of Disneyland Park. Still kind of determining what that looks like, but we'll find out more as we go move ahead. But also, they're going to do a D23 day at the Angel Stadium on the
Yeah,
the Sunday before as well. So you can kind of make it a whole Disney week over in Anaheim, if you so choose, which I would. And we'll see. And
he
obviously,
so
we'll be there to
chooses.
cover it. We got to wrap up here, Luke, because you got a lot of
Yeah,
work to do. I got a lot of work to do. We got an exclusive interview coming up in just a little bit that will be that I have to conduct. But we will be at Epcot tonight, so we'll be covering that as well. So um, we'll have some fun over tonight, and then a whole day of studios tomorrow. We'll be back around the same time tomorrow to discuss what they are planning as well. So thanks so much for joining, Luke.
yeah, and stay tuned for more from
Goodbye.
D23.
Mm-hmm.